Hey guys, what's up? My name is Jeanette, also known as Ms.FitVegan, and I'm back with the top myths about a raw vegan diet. So this is what you guys said on Instagram. Okay, the first person said that people aren't healthy unless they're eating meat. I hear this from my boyfriend frequently, Sigh. Yeah, that's a big myth. People aren't healthy if they aren't eating meat. Oh my God, what a joke. So there's a reason why most people in the world are fat, sick, and nearly dead, and it's not because of fruit. It is because of processed foods and dead animal body parts. Okay, I'm just trying to make it comfortable for me. How do I do this? Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, when we hurt animals, we hurt ourselves. Nothing good comes out of torture, rape, murder, nothing. And if you're not vegan yet, I spoke about this earlier today, I would recommend, if you want to go vegan, then you watch Earthlings and Dominion over and over and over again until you actually understand what you are paying for. Because if you're still buying dead animal body parts, you are paying for the rape and the torture and the enslavement and the murder of innocent animals every second of every day. No days off. These innocent animals get no days off. Please do me a favor. If you're watching this and you're not vegan yet, you have to come to the realization that violence can never bring health. It can never bring happiness. Nobody on earth can ever feel good eating a dead animal body part. It's just not possible. I tell you right now, I tried it. I love chicken. I tried it. It's not possible. I was very depressed. I was overweight. I was unhappy. I was farting. I had stinky breath. I had so many health issues. Migraines and chronic bronchitis, all these health issues because I was eating the wrong food. And once I started eating fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds, guess what? All of that stuff went away. And the people that have not been successful on a vegan or raw vegan diet, it's not their fault. They just didn't know how to do it right. So if you're interested in doing it right, then check out the information below. I have a course. It's called the Food Addiction Freedom Course. Check it out. It might be for you. Okay. I don't want you to think that just because some people didn't succeed on a healthy vegan or a raw vegan diet means that it is not for the human race. I'm telling you right now, they just didn't know what they were doing. Okay. And so if you're somebody who failed on a raw vegan diet, guess what? You just didn't know what to do. That's okay. Everything's hard before you know how to do it. Find out how to do it. Get coached by me or somebody else. And you'll find out. You'll see the truth. You'll see how much better you feel. But I don't expect you to know how good you're going to feel until you feel it. I would never, back in the day when I was eating crap, when I was eating meat and dairy and processed foods, I never thought that I could survive eating a raw vegan diet. I didn't think that was possible. I thought I would have a protein deficiency, but as we now know, there's no such thing. Okay, number 2 is missing protein. Yeah, the raw vegan diet is missing protein. Right. That's why I have such amazing muscles. Right. Yeah, that's right. You should see my legs. I have very strong legs. I can squat like probably 9,000 pounds. Okay. Eating fruit causes blood glucose to rise. Yeah, that's another myth. It is not the fruit. It is too much fat in your blood. Lower your saturated fat, eliminate the animal products, eliminate the dairy, and eliminate the oil, and you will never have to worry about your blood glucose ever again. I'm telling you, trust me. And if you're in the beginning of your journey, I would recommend you get a colonics so it can help your body to release all the old, decaying, disgusting, undigested fecal matter from saturated fat that is trapped in your colon and your cells and your other organs. I would highly recommend you do that because you got to get that stuff out if you want to be healthy. All right. And so if you're having blood sugar issues on a raw vegan diet, please get a colonic. Also, it helps to eat greens with your fruit. That can slow down the digestion of the fruit, but it is not the fault of the fruit. Diabetes is caused by too much saturated fat. We know that now, right? The next thing is, how do you get your protein? Everybody asks. Yep, you can't get enough protein. Okay, sugar. Yep, too much sugar. If fruit had too much sugar, I would clearly have diabetes by now. I've been eating a fruit-based diet. Fruit all day, and sometimes for dinner too, for 12 years. Do you know what kind of damage I could do in 12 years? How do I look so healthy? How do I feel so healthy? How am I so glowy? How are my blood tests perfect? How? If it's too much sugar, why did my grandpa and my grandma and my sister all have diabetes, but I do not. By the way, they're not here anymore, those 3 people. My grandpa died of complications from, he had cancer and diabetes. And my sister had really bad diabetes, and so did my grandma. And my mom, she was pre-diabetic. They're not here anymore. But the fruit eater is still here. What the fuck? Too much fruit causes diabetes. Right. The next thing is there's too much chewing. Who wrote that? One of the top myths about a raw vegan diet is there's too much chewing. Well, blend it. You don't have to blend your food, but if you want to, you can. Okay? It's too difficult if you live northernly, too cold, too little variety of fruits. That's not true. I lived in New York City for 9 years as a raw vegan. It's not true. There's frozen fruit that you can defrost. There's farmers markets everywhere. Even in Alaska, there's fruit. Literally, my godmother just came back from Alaska. She said there was fruit, plenty of fruit. She didn't eat it, but like there was plenty. You get cold all the time. Well, that's not true too. You can always leave your fruit out. So you might be cold because you are eating cold foods. Leave out your oranges, your apples. Put the grapes on the counter, a few hours before you want to eat it. Keep your fruit outside the fridge and you won't have that problem. If you're making freezing cold smoothies, then of course you're going to be cold. So one tip that I learned in New York City is to make smoothies with fresh bananas instead of frozen. Okay, that's an option. You can do bananas and you can do defrosted mangoes or defrosted pineapple, but I like to do bananas, dates, greens, hemp seeds, water. It's my favorite smoothie. It's super simple, easy. Stop freezing your bananas if you're freezing cold and have room temperature smoothies. There you go. Room temperature fruit. Take out your salad ingredients at least an hour before you're going to make the salad so that your salad is not freezing cold. Stop making an excuse and you'll finally get a result. Next. Sorry, somebody called me. Next, it's not satisfying enough. Okay, well, that is a good point. Some people say the raw vegan diet's not satisfying. That's because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. When you're craving sweets, make something sweet, but it's got to be something you love. Make a nice cream recipe of a flavor of ice cream you love and don't limit yourself. Don't go all fruit. Okay, do some cacao, do some nuts and seeds, make raw vegan Snickers bars, make raw vegan cookie dough, make anything you want raw vegan. Literally anything you're craving, you can make it raw. Just Google. You don't have to buy my book. You don't have to buy any book. Just Google or YouTube it. Seriously. And if you're craving salty things, well, guess what? Have salty fruit and vegetables. Okay, so celery, all the greens, kale and chard and spinach, arugula. All these things are very salty. Dulse is a seaweed. Put that on your avocado. It's like literally like eating salt. And so anything you're craving, you can find a way to make it raw. Trust me. And in the beginning, you want to do that. You don't want to go straight fruit. I ate a lot of gourmet stuff in the beginning because I was craving lasagna. I was craving pasta. I was craving meat and dairy. I was craving these things that I had eaten in the past. Whatever you're eating, you're going to crave. So when I went raw, I was still craving those things because I had recently eaten them. Trust me, you got this, but you got to find a way to make it work. If you're going to rely on convenience or, excuses, then it's not going to work. You got to find a way to make it work. Okay. Now, somebody wrote protein, minerals, vitamin B, omega-3. Okay. So vitamin B, I talked about in the last video, but omegas I didn't talk about. Did you know there's no such thing as an omega-3 fatty acid deficiency? In the history of the human race, there's never been a deficiency of omega-3 or 6 fatty acid. Everyone's concerned about omega-3s, but there's never been a deficiency ever. Why? Because it's in everything. Every fruit and vegetable has omegas. This is ridiculous in the quantities that we need. We don't need to worry about our omegas. Trust me. I've never once worried about my omegas. They're perfect. I don't have any deficiencies. I don't have any health problems. I don't have any things that people around me are dealing with. And the people around me are not raw. So I don't know what these people have been eating that go raw and they say it doesn't work. But I have a very, very strong feeling that one, they were doing lots of juice cleanses, which is basically starving yourself. And two, they didn't know what to do. And they didn't even barely eat raw for a day. If you eat raw for a day, more than a day, then you're going to see how amazing it is. But you got to eat enough, and you can't starve yourself. You got to find the recipes you love. You got to make them. You got to have colonics, okay? Because if you're keeping the shit in you, it's not going to be conducive to a healthy vegan diet, okay? Whatever you have in your colon is what you're going to crave, and it's going to be poisoning you from the inside out until you get a colonic. And no, I don't own a colonic place. I just know that elimination is most important if you're trying to be healthy, okay? It's more important what you get out than what you put in. Just a heads up on that. How much fat is too much fat or too little, or is it possible to have too much or too little? Yeah, so people are so confused. And this is a great question because I was confused too. Like, do I need to eat fat? Do I have to eat fat? Like, is my hair going to fall out? Am I going to have an omega deficiency? You know, like we don't know what to eat. We don't know what to do, and it's not our fault. So this is a great question. These are all great, but like, it's exhausting. It's exhausting feeling like the only person on earth that knows what to eat. But I know you guys know as well. Some of you guys. So how much fat is it's exhausting. Like, I feel like should be common knowledge, but like nobody's taught. Like, in the beginning of my journey, I was freaking out too. I remember being at the movies and eating dry ass sunflower seeds. Like, just dry ass sunflower seeds, like a cup, because I read that like a cup has 9 grams of protein, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to be protein deficient. And it's like, God, that was horrible. And now I just eat all the fruit that I want. And if I want vegetables, I'll eat vegetables. If I want nuts and seeds, I'll eat them. But I eat fruit, a lot of fruit. Breakfast this morning was, I think it was like 9 or 10 oranges. Okay. And then I had a smoothie. And what else did I have for breakfast? What did I have? Oh, I made a green juice. I had coconut, had that big banana pineapple smoothie, and I had something else. Oh, some mangoes. Such good mangoes. Here in Florida, it's mango season, so I had Glen mangoes, if anybody knows that variety. So good. So, and then now I'm going to have some dinner. I'm going to have a big salad. And so it's not that complicated. I don't worry about any levels or whatever. I just eat what I want as long as it's a fruit or vegetable, a nut or seed. Okay. How much fat is too much fat or too little? Is it possible to have too much or too little? Yeah. Too much is too much. Too little is too little. You'll know it because you'll know it. Too much is too much. If I eat too much fat, if I eat 10 avocados, or if I even eat 2 avocados back to back, I will feel kind of like, oh, that's a lot. Okay. 1 avocado, great. You know, if I have too many nuts, I'll know it because I'll just be like, oh, I ate too many nuts. If you're craving fat, eat fat. If you're not craving fat, don't eat fat. That's what I would recommend. Now, if you have something to heal, okay, I have heard that eating less fat helps the cleansing process because, of course, fat, you know, kind of gets in the way of cleansing. So if you have a major health issue, you know, and you have been eating healthy for a long time, then perhaps lower your fat intake. But here's the problem. Some people, especially my clients, some people, they try to go fat-free. They want to do all fruit, or they just want to be 100% fat-free because they want to heal or they want to lose as much weight as possible. And they hear that the fat you eat is the fat you wear, which is totally not true. This is not true at all. So then what happens is after a week or two, they go back to eating processed foods because they are starving, because they just can't eat the quantity of fruit that is required to satisfy themselves. And they've restricted themselves so much. They can't eat fat. They can't eat avocado. They can't eat nuts and seeds. They can't make savory dressings. And so they feel deprived. And so what happens? They go back to processed foods. So the smarter thing to do is to not ask this question. The smartest thing to do is to write a list of the things that you want to eat, that you feel comfortable eating. And on that list should be fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Personally, this is my list. Fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. If it's on this list, I eat as much as I want. Personally, I like fruit the best. I have a big sweet tooth, and I just love the way I feel eating an abundance of fruit. Okay, I have some vegetables sometimes, but, you know, rarely. I do have greens, but vegetables like carrots and what's another vegetable? Broccoli and Brussels sprouts and rutabaga. I don't eat these things. They don't taste good to me. I don't like them. So I eat mostly fruit. and sometimes I have a dressing with nuts and seeds. And I'm telling you right now, instead of being 100% fat-free, be 100% healthy. Fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, okay? Yeah, you can have too much fat. You'll get bloated. You won't feel good. You'll be a little tired and sluggish. Sure, you can have too little fat when you know you're eating too little fat when you're craving fat. If you're craving fat, coconut or durian or olives or avocado, these are the healthiest fats you can find. I like hemp seeds, or any type of seeds are great. As far as nuts go, I would recommend Brazil nuts or walnuts, I guess. Cashews aren't my thing. They definitely cause mucus for me and a lot of other people. You're eating too little fat when you're really, 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 really craving fat. Eat it, boo. Eat it. It's a nut or seed. Don't be afraid of it. I got in the best shape of my life a few years ago, and I was eating whatever I wanted. I used to be crazy. I once went 6 months without eating any overt fat, and I didn't lose any fucking weight. You know why? I didn't work out. If you're trying to lose weight, you gotta exercise, you gotta sweat 30 minutes a day for months, and eat a healthy vegan diet. As much fruit, as much veg. Sorry, I'm having technical issues. And you will lose weight. Okay, last question is, raw vegans always stay thin. Raw vegans always stay thin. Well, I'm debunking that just by existing. I have been 100% raw for 12 years. People cannot believe it because I still have my boobs and I have thighs and I have curves or whatever. And then people are like, well, I get some comments sometimes, you must be cheating. Okay, well, listen, only I know what I eat. I would love for my best friend to interview me. She knows what I eat. I got to get her to interview me this week. She said she would. She knows what I eat. She's known me for almost 20 years now. And I can only just be honest with you guys, which is I eat 100% raw vegan, and I'm proof that you do not have to be super skinny if you don't want to. Me personally, I like to exercise, but not really. I like to do yoga. I like to swim. I don't like to run. I don't run. And I tried it, but I'm just going to be honest with you guys. It's hard for people with breasts to run. It's very uncomfortable, okay? And I have bras, and tell me if you can relate to this out there. But I have sports bras. I have really good sports bras from Victoria's Secret and like different companies, but it's uncomfortable. It's heavy and uncomfortable to run if you have boobs. So I don't like to run. Maybe if I did, I'd be skinnier. I don't know. I don't want to be skinny. That's not for me. But if you want to be skinny, do you, boo? It's not true. It is a myth. If you eat enough, you will be able to maintain your weight. Trust me. I have clients that want to lose weight. I have clients that want to gain weight. Being raw does not mean you'll be super skinny unless you want to be. And if you want to be, then just exercise and you can do it. You can lose weight. Now, being super skinny is not always healthy. Some people have that body type. I do not. Okay, my family was all overweight, and so this is me skinny. So thank you guys so much for being here. Again, if you'd like to join my group, I'll leave the information below. We start on Sunday, and I would love to have you there because literally it is the most amazing thing you can do for yourself to get healthy, to learn how to be healthy, to connect with other healthy vegans that are also living this lifestyle and striving to be better every single day. There's nothing like having a community, and I would love to see you there. So check out the information below. It's called the Food Addiction Freedom Course. I'll see you there. It's on Sunday. It starts June 4th on Sunday, this Sunday, and I have 6 spots left. And if you're interested, I'll see you there. Bye, boo.